Hey, what is going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video. This time I wanted to talk to you about a refinement, okay? How to spot an order block and refine the entry to a point where we can definitely take the most out of this thing, out of order blocks, and getting this huge sniper entries like 1 to 20, 1 to 30 risk reward. You can normally get even a lot more. Okay, for that I want to just show you just a quick few examples, and let's go ahead. For example, just starting right here, let's just go ahead and start from the bottom in this area, and we see that market is definitely downtrending. Okay, now I'm just going to give you the first example. In this case right here, let's just mark it up. Let's say just understanding a structure. Right now, the last break that we had, we can call this one in particular, we can call this a boss. All right, from here, you're coming from here from the top. You can also mark up this one as the boss as well. Alright, so we see market is definitely downtrending. We're going to try to spot some potential order blocks formation, and let's see if we can actually refine them. My recommendation, guys, is try to refine it. You can refine it like 3 times, sometimes more. Okay, depending at what time frame you actually spotted the actual OB. So far we know that because we're bearish, and this is my boss, and from here we know that after that confirmed boss, anything that happens above this high right here, it would be considered a change of character. Like if the price happened to break that high right there, this would be considered my change of direction. So it means that we are now potentially looking for buys because it could be shifting. The market looks like it potentially could be shifting. So just right here at this point, right, just from this point, let me just zoom in a little bit. You can see a lot better. All right, from here we're going to try to mark up. You can do it from the 15-minute. Let's see how it looks. As a matter of fact, let's see how it looks on the 5-minute before we actually marked it up. Yeah, it looks a lot, there's a lot more noise. So let's try to mark it up then, in this case starting from the 15-minute, which is where I started. Okay, you'll see what I mean in a sec. So first, one of the most important rules in smart money concept is the where the order block is formed. We normally want to see aggressive buy or aggressive sell. Okay, we can mark up this zone right here. I see the previous candle, this black candle before the big push that caused the break right here, right? I'm going to mark that zone up. I'm going to mark it up, all of it. I'm going to even include this little wick. It's up to you. Some traders just include the actual candle like that, just that candle. It's up to you, but I will do it just for the sake of this video. I'm just going to do it right there. All right, that would be my POI, okay, or decisional. Right, where below that, where would be the next order block that is unmitigated or is at least the cleanest so far? I would say this one is not looking the best though. Not looking the best, but I will mark this one up as well. Okay, we're going to start seeing and making more decisions later, because at the moment this is a huge thing that a lot of people make, huge mistake, and is as soon as they see the change of character, they are immediately placing the buy limit orders right here and right here. Immediately. They're doing it right away. I don't recommend that. Why? Because normally you want to see liquidity. You want to see the market actually forming liquidity. So far, this is just a POI, and we want to see liquidity formation. Like, we want to see the market actually building something, like going a little slower and maybe consolidating for a little bit, some sort of downtrend. You know, something clear that it's liquidity forming below those lows. Other than that, if you don't see that, you're most likely going to be the liquidity. This, for example, below this low, the market could simply come back down right now, sweep, mitigate that one, and now push. Okay, right? You see why this, so far right now, this zone, it does not look that attractive because there is no liquidity. You're not seeing. You just have to simply wait. Okay, so patience is key right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little bit and move forward with this thing and just see what is actually happening. Okay, we're starting to see that the market just came directly, as I mentioned, to this POI and swept them out. Why? Liquidity. This is what I'm explaining. You have to wait for the market to show you liquidity. If you're noticing the market is already taking now this lows, right? You know that's liquidity that the market is actually taking from the markets. Now you can make the decision to go ahead and start considering placing now that you have your change of character, you see the liquidity, you remember all the imbalances, all the confluences that you need to look for, like imbalance, liquidity, order block, maybe using Fibonacci, right? In this case, because the market is just fighting right here to go lower, let's see what this order block and see how we can refine this order block at this point. And instead of actually going with a buy like from here, right, and placing my stop here and then my take profit, let's say here, right, which is normally the actual target. Let's see if we can improve that and get it better. Okay, how? By going in lower time frames. So let's see how my zone right here, my order block, how it looks on lower time frames. So now that I'm going on 5 minute, you're starting to see now that, of course, this huge candle right here, it looks like it's just too big. The previous candle right here, the little one, before the move, you can actually refine it. Now that you are on a 5 minute, you can actually do this. You can try to cover that one, right, before the big move. So you see, you refined it from the 15 minute, which was this whole zone. Now you went to the 5 minute and covered that one right there. Okay, now look at this, a lot better, right? Your entry potentially, now you're refining, after refining this thing, and now you see that all just below this lows, this is all liquidity. Okay, you know you have a potential scenario the market actually could, or it looks like it's reversing, plus this whole zone. What I like this is that the market consolidated here a lot. So this entire zone of consolidation, it's a nice, the market took off from here actually. If you think about it, if you see, this is a nice demand zone. Market consolidated for a little while and boom, right, it took off from here. So I really like this zone. I really like that zone. All right, now let's see if now this thing is going to play out. This would be now a 1-2-24 risk to reward. So let's see what we're gonna have. You see, immediately mitigates, touches the actual zone. Let's see, it's gonna smash it. At this point, you should already be on break even and taking partial profits at least. Anything that happens after that. Now look at, there we go. So look at what's happening. Look at what's happening right now at this very moment. I'm going to clean out this one. This one got definitely smashed. That TP was beautiful smash. Beautiful, beautiful trade from this zone right here that we actually refined. Now, let me go back to the 15-minute one back again. And I'm going to show you that I really like this aggressive buy. Okay, this automatically right here, you see this huge buy right there, very aggressive, right? Broke this high, creating a boss now to the upside. Okay, now since I have my boss confirmed, right, where is the POI or the zone that looks attractive, right? The only one so far is definitely this one, for sure. That one right there, right? We can definitely be considering entering right there on the 15-minute. Let's see, however, how it looks on the 5-minute in this particular case. On the 5-minute, there, I mean, this push was beautiful. There's a lot of imbalance. I love when I see an aggressive buy sort of like this, because it does have lots of imbalance, and that to me is just gorgeous. Now, what's happening right here, if you want to refine it, you may want to do now this, like cover this one. It's actually you're going to go higher. And if you want to ignore the bottom of the wick, you can maybe do this. You see, refining it a little bit right there. Let's see how this actually would look on kind of trick, how it would look on the 1 minute. I don't know, this is way too much. This is way too much. I would not do this, to be honest, on the 1 minute. I would not, like, more than twice, like refining more than twice is very risky, because what's going to happen is that you're most likely going to be missing positions. You know what I mean? So like the market may not go that, it's going to be very tight, but I mean, if you catch it, you can literally kill it. So just for the sake of this video, let's just pretend we are actually making our buy here, and not yet. I'm considering buying, but I want to see like a bit more. Like I want to see liquidity actually for, right? As I always say, you have to be careful. You have to see at least something. So some sort of trend, consolidation. You see, it's starting to build up liquidity, starting to push back up. Okay. Now I like that. You see that the market is already building something. This is struggling to go down. So there's something here. Below those lows, we definitely have liquidity. Okay. We're starting to have liquidity. By the way, again, let's do that. Let's pretend we're actually taking this one as well. To be honest, I don't know. This is too tight. I don't know if I would do it. If I would personally do it, I don't know. I don't think so. But if you want to, if you want to do something like that, like refine it, the more you refine it, of course, it will give you a lot more risk to reward, but at the same time, it's more likely to miss it. So it's up to you. At the end of the day, it's up to you. All right. So let's see anyways what the market is going to do. It's actually played out. Let's go to the 5 minute. I like that it's forming liquidity. And let's see. Boom. Market is definitely mitigating the zone. And it's actually touching now the actual little one on the 1 minute. And holy shoot. Look at that. Look at that. So it did react to the actual 1 minute, to the refinement on the 1 minute. Just look at that. On my refinement right here, this one actually got mitigated, right? Because that's the one where the price took off actually from there. You could have taken this one at the bottom, but this one looks like it got mitigated already. Like this one is just a little pullback. It just pushed up, a little correction, and then skyrocket. So the refinement could have been there. To be honest, as I mentioned, I don't think that I would have done it. And I'm just showing you this example that is still possible, but not all the time. Not all the time, guys. Most of the times you're actually going to be missing the position. All right. That was beautiful though. That was beautiful right there. Market did end up actually breaking this thing right here. Right. Now we have our continuation to the upside. So that's basically it with this refinement. Let me see if I can show you right quick another example. All right, in this next example right here, I'm going to show you that you can pretty much, it can be in any time frame. You can even go from, let's say, 5 minute to 1 minute to refine an entry. If you go more than that, like if you try to refine it 3 times, remember, most all the times you could be actually missing. So let me show you this one, and then I'll show you one example that is probably missing. So let's just pretend we're watching the markets here just move, and we see this aggressive, all of a sudden a little correction, just a minor correction here. We see that the market actually induces. All right, right there, and then we have a nice break of this high, which would be my boss. Right now, after that boss happens, be careful. You would immediately would want to, just place your, let's say your order block right there, if you want to refine it in different ways, you can either make your entry right there, right? This is normally how the entry would be, right? Or you can go at the 50%, right? Or you can go in smaller time frame, right? What I don't recommend you is just placing your position right away, okay? We need to see liquidity. We need to wait for the market to start showing more things. Right now, all I see, okay, yeah, that wasn't, it was coming from very little candles, right? Very little. Then we have a push. I started all of a sudden having some sort of volume right here, and we saw that aggressive break from this previous high. And I'm sorry, I messed it up here. I meant to say boss, and this is the actual inducement. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you here. Oh, come on, what? Oh, yeah, hold on. So that's the boss. I don't know what the heck. And this is the inducement. Alright, there we go. So, I'm not going to place it right away. I have to see what the market is actually doing. So, I'm going to wait, and there we go. So, I really like when the market starts creating some sort of support. You can even, it's up to you, or you can even draw a little resistance right there, right? A little support. I like that because I know that below these lows, easily, okay? You don't need to be a genius just to understand that below these lows is money, stop losses, right? From people who's trying to look for buys above that support, okay? Meanwhile, I'm actually just patiently waiting for my zone, okay? I'm interested. At this point, I'm on a 5-minute time frame. I can definitely be looking for my position now and placing my buy limit order somewhere there, and maybe my take profit here and my stop loss there, okay? I could definitely, now after seeing everything, I can even use Fibonacci, let's say from this low to this high. You know, the market is actually in the golden zone on the Fibonacci based on smart money concept. And right there, you have all your confluences. You're ready to place your position, but you think about it and you say, you know what? I want to refine it. I want to make it even better. So you go in lower time frames, which jump in from 5 minute to 1 minute, right? Now what you can do here is look at this. From where was the aggressive move? Where did the aggressive move start? We could have two zones, right? We could have this one at the bottom, and we could have at the middle, because the move, the actual move, and there is imbalance, by the way. There is imbalance right there. That fair value gap, I like it. Okay, you can now place, that could be your actual order block instead of the big one that you were having right here. Now you can make your position, that could be your position, your stop loss maybe there, and your take profit then at this high. So what is the risk to reward? From this one is 1 to 6, and this one would be a 1 to what? 1 to 4. Well, still not that bad. Not that bad. Still, let me see what the market is actually going to do from this point. At least you're following your rules and you're sticking to the plan. Let's see what's going to happen. Boom. At that point, you see the market is actually mitigating the 50% of the main order block, right? So this entry would have definitely been activated, and this one, of course, is also activated. All right. Now, let's see if it's actually going to play out. Let's try to speed it up a little bit. At this point, I should definitely be on break even right now. Take partial profits and on break even. Let me just see. Yeah, there we go. So TP smashed. All right, this is how you can refine this type of position as well, going from 5 minute to the 1 minute. Don't place your buy limit orders right away, guys. Don't place it. You need to see the liquidity. If you don't see the liquidity, be careful, because you could be the liquidity. The market could just simply do this, a big spike, and then all of a sudden you are being the liquidity. You're going to be stopped out, and then the market can actually go your direction. So you don't want that to happen. All right, let's look for another example right quick. Another example right here. Let's go ahead and see what happens. So far we see that it looks like we are kind of starting to go bearish right here, and we have all of a sudden a big aggressive move. Okay, very important. I always say this, aggressive move, that's what you need to be looking for. All right, so we definitely have a clear break of structure right there, and our cleanest, I would say, order block is right here. If you want to include that little wick right there also at the top, there's no problem at all. All right, so first refinement you could be doing is either entering at the 50%. It's up to you. All right, you enter at the 50% or 100. It's up to you. Not all the time the price will touch that 50%. You could miss entries. All right, so you have to make a decision. Alrighty, but of course, right now, why I cannot place it right away? It's too early, right? I need to see liquidity. I need to see the market actually forming up liquidity. So I'm just waiting, and I kind of like when the market was consolidating like this, you could actually be considering placing your position now, because now market is building up liquidity right there, and now that created this high, you also have more liquidity above this size. Okay, right there, liquidity, and this one also liquidity. If it lets me change it, hold on. All right, so that's basically this. By already seeing this, yeah, I can totally go ahead and now place my position. All right, I can place my sell limit. Let's say I want to do that like that. That's my target. All right, something like that. Right. However, I'm on the 15 minute. Let me see if I can actually look for a little refinement now on the 5 minute. Okay, so I go from the 15 minute. Okay, now 5 minute is looking right here, the actual entry. So my entry would be here this time. See, I'm reducing now. My stop loss is going tighter this time. Let's see if now the 5 minute is the best. Let's see how that looks even on the 1 minute. Is it possible? It's not letting me actually go right there on the 1 minute. So let me go back here just to show you. Actually did get mitigated right there on the actual 5 minute order block, right? I really like it because it did have that little imbalance right there. So it was definitely looking good from the 15 minute to the 5 minute. It was definitely looking really good. On the 1 minute, it's not showing me. It's not letting me go to the 1 minute because I'm very far on the chart. But I guess you have the idea. The market actually got a little deeper. I'm sure it would have taken the actual 1 minute as well in this one, but it would have been a nice clean touch. What matters here, guys, is that you are understanding what I'm doing, and you see the reason why it's important to watch and see a spot, the liquidity, okay, before you start placing your positions. Okay, whenever you are refining, whatever time frame you are, is actually good. I mean, if you go from, let's say you spotted an order block on H4, you can go to H1, 15 minute, and you can keep refining all the way to the 1 minute. But be careful, because that doesn't guarantee that the 1 minute order block is the one that is going to be mitigated. Okay, you can actually miss it. So let me keep looking for more examples. All right, this right here, without actually going too far, we see an aggressive sell right here. This order block on H4, market came right to the zone, mitigating the actual order block. We see a nice break right here, right, and also a break on this low. So potential change of direction right there. Now, very important. Yeah, let me mark it up like that, and this one. All right, very important. This is how it's looking on H4. Let's see how on H1 if we would have been able to actually mitigate that, or let's see if we can actually refine it and go with the entry. Like for example here on the 1 hour, you see doesn't look that nice in the market. The price actually did not. If you refined it, you know, going from H4 to the H1, your entry would have definitely been missed. Okay, so not all the time. If you keep refining entries, doesn't mean that the market will always get to that zone, mitigate it before dropping. This is a clear example that still doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you do the refinement. Okay, not all the time will do it. If you keep following these steps, you will definitely be able to catch bigger sniper entries for sure. Definitely, you will be able to catch huge sniper entries. Still, doesn't guarantee that you will do it all the time. All right, just keep back testing. Don't take my word for it. Just go ahead on the chart. Same thing I'm doing. If you're wondering what website is this one, this is actually called gocharting.com, and just like this. Let me just actually place the name here. Just gocharting.com. All right, just go on that website. It's free. You can even do the back testing, replay mode. You can replay mode completely for free. You don't have to pay for that. It's very similar to TradingView, and you can do your back testing into this thing. So with that being said, that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. If you find value in here, please give it a big thumbs up. That's all I'm asking. Give it a big thumbs up. It motivates me to keep posting and looking for content for you guys, especially for you that you're learning and you're seeing a lot of information now on YouTube. So I'm trying to pretty much minimize the noise and try to go in directly to what you need to see, okay, in order to become a profitable trader. So thanks again, guys, for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys.